Shalom. Before I begin this video, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachakwadash. Also as well, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. They continue to rule very well to this very day. That's continually feeding the flock through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Also as well, Shalom to the Hope Elect as well. That's continually laboring his work. And also do labor to show forth your diligence to make your calling election sure in all faith, true sincerity, and also in all charity. All right, and the topic of this video is going to be entitled The Righteous Gifts. All right, and Lord's will, like always, this is edifying to the hopefully elect, sincere Akim Tazadakim, the righteous brothers that are tuning in these live streams and lessons, and also as well to the few sisters that believe as well. And we're going to go ahead and get right into it. So, like the title says, the spiritual or the righteous gifts, in which, in today's time, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has been gracious unto the hopeful elect to give unto us certain gifts through the Spirit. And these gifts are long lasting, and these gifts don't have an end as well. But the key thing to remember is that while us being in the truth, we have to endure. We have to continually endure the different trials that are being put in front of us each and every single day. And and that's a part of receiving those gifts, because those gifts are not just given just because that you're an Israelite. Those gifts are given to you because those are earned. Those are earned through sufferings. Those are earned through trials. The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has to put you through certain things in order for you to receive those things. And I believe we went into that before a few weeks back. Is that in order to you pray for something, and once you pray for something, it may be more wisdom. It could be more be more humble. Things of that nature. But those things required to be earned. So in order for you to earn those things, you have to be put through those certain trials. And that's why now, in this time today, we are receiving those spiritual gifts because we earn those, and again, that's only through trials that you have to overcome. And right now we're in the season of overcoming, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. But the key point behind that is to believe. You have to hold on to your integrity through what you're going through. While in the meanwhile, while you're going through certain things. Case in point, Job. He had everything. But the Lord put him through those different trials to test his integrity, and he was approved. And so he got all of those things back and tenfold. So all that was increased on him. Because why? Because he held on to his integrity. So that is also our story as well. We are put through certain trials to test our integrity. And the moment that you overcome those trials that you're put through, the Lord starts to reveal certain things to you. It starts to give you even more because you've been approved. So that's the mentality that we should have. The mentality to overcome, so we're able to receive these things. Because all these things are going to lead into the kingdom. And that's why I said earlier that these gifts are long lasting. They don't have an end. But the key point is to endure. All right. So we'll go ahead and hop to the precepts I have here. I'm not going to make this too long. So first, I'm gonna grab these. Both of these are good. Well, actually, first let me grab this Ephesians chapter 2, verse. Just like it's further down. Okay, so it's Ephesians chapter 2. And I'm going to start at verse 8. It says, "For by grace are ye saved through faith." And in having this faith right now, this is the Lord showing us grace by giving us faith in this time today. Because this era that we're living in right now is void, completely void of faith, void in the belief of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And guess what? That unbelief is being continually promoted in the society, to not believe in a higher power. But again, that's through grace that's through grace that we have this faith. And like I said, concerning faith, Ashley's going to say it, right? It says, "In that not of yourselves, it is the gift of the Most High." And you see that? So it is a gift of the Most High to receive of this, and that's the greatest gift that you can even think of, and that's something to really be appreciative of. Because, like I said, not everybody has that. Not everybody has that gift. And that's why it's called a gift. Because when you give a gift to somebody, it's not, you're not giving that to, each and every single person that's breathing. That gift is tailor-made, or is addressed to a certain person. And that's why it's regarded as a gift. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has addressed this gift and these spiritual gifts over to men that believe. And this has already been orchestrated before time. When you read the scriptures, the Lord already put it down and wrote it in the script, which we're reading out of right now, the scriptures, that certain men were going to receive certain gifts. But all these things are for the benefit, or for the purpose of fulfilling his will and what he wants done. So, like I said, like it says here in the scripture, it says, "For grace we saved through faith." So that faith is a gift, like it says here. It is not of yourselves, it is a gift of the Most High. See that? So we move on from there. All right, it says 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 1. It says, "Follow after charity and desire spiritual gifts, but rather that ye may prophesy." Okay? So, we desire spiritual gifts, right? But the main thing to desire of is to prophesy. Okay? In which that's also a major gift, besides faith, because they go hand in hand. They both work together in unison, in sync. Because in order to prophesy, first you have to believe. And if you don't believe, then you can't prophesy. It's impossible to prophesy if you don't believe. So that's a telltale sign that you have others that call themselves Hebrew Israelites that are not prophesying and don't have the gift of prophesying. That lets you know that they don't believe. If you're not prophesying, then guess what? You're not believe. You really don't believe if you're not prophesying. And that's why the spirit is hot against these other guys that call themselves Hebrew Israelites. But where's prophecy? Where is that? And we know where it is. It's non-existent. And why is that? Because they lack faith. Yeah. So I'm going to move on from there. Right. So here's a good one. Romans chapter 12, verse 6. It says, "Having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us." And right, again, that's grace. And through this grace, like the scripture said, we read earlier, is that through that grace we're saved through faith. So that salvation, that's how salvation comes. That's how salvation is given. Do you really believe? Do you really believe in this thing? And I lightly mentioned on it yesterday, is that when you have faith, it's going to move you to do certain things. If you really believe in something, you're gonna do everything in your power to make sure that it's secured what your belief is in. So that's why concerning this truth, that's why we put our all into this, because we believe and we want to see righteousness return on the planet Earth once again. Okay. So that's the main reason why we do this. Okay. So verse 6 again, it says, having then gifts different according to the grace that is given to us, right? It says, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith. So each and every single brother has a different measure of faith, but still that's still necessary for it to be distributed that way, because this is a machine. This is not everybody on their own doing their own thing. No, we all work in unison, all right, as a machine, as a well-oiled machine. And that's a good title right there, a well-oiled machine, because this is a well-oiled machine. You already know what that oil is going into. Okay, that oil is what keeps that machine running. So that's it on that. Move on to the next precept. So this is okay, Salakia. Okay, so this is the book of actually, hold on, give me a second. Okay, so this is the book of Salakia. Still there. Should be moving over here to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 14. It says, and blessed is the eunuch, and we have made ourselves eunuch for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Okay. And what does it mean to be that eunuch? That means to be separate from the rest of the world. Okay, because a eunuch has the duty to somebody who is in royalty. So considering that, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is at the top of that, and we have made ourselves eunuchs for him. It says, which with his hands hath wrought no iniquity, nor imagined wicked things against the Most High. For unto him shall be given the special gift of faith, and an inheritance in the temple of the Lord, more acceptable to his mind. Okay, so it's more acceptable to the mind, to our minds. Okay, so again, that is that special gift of faith. So, which is more acceptable towards our minds, because that's a requirement. Like it says in the book of Hebrews, the 11th chapter, it says it's impossible to please the Lord without faith. All right. And so to us, it's given that special gift of faith. Okay. And it also says an inheritance. So this is all inherited from the work to this lot that we've been put in. All that is inherited. All right. So moving on from there. Okay, I actually don't want to grab that one. Well, yeah, we'll grab this one. I'll make this the last one. So this is that inheritance is going to be more acceptable towards our minds at the end of the trial of our faith. So after receiving these spiritual gifts, and also another thing, when you receive these spiritual gifts, you're supposed to use these gifts for the furthering of the ministry for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. There's a reason why the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua gave you these gifts. It's so that you can use them efficiently. Okay, that's why He's not giving us cars and money and things of that nature, because that's not meat for His use. What's a car gonna bring you? What's money gonna bring you? Money is a defense, but how is that gonna help the ministry? So this is verse Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 32. It's like, I'm starting at verse 33. It says, but this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their power, and they shall be my people. And they shall teach no man no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. For I will forgive their iniquity and I remember their sin no more. So that is gonna be the best thing that we're gonna receive from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, to have the laws and his ordinances in our inward parts. Okay. So that we can no longer transgress those words. So we can no longer sin, because the way, like the scriptures say, the wages of sin is death. Okay. And we're going to be free from that. We're going to be free from that grasp, which is promoted as well, or elevated through this flesh that we're in. Okay. So so the Lord's gonna put the law, statutes, and commandments in our inward parts, and write it in our minds, and we're gonna govern the planet Earth by way of these of these laws and these statutes and commandments. Okay. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and close out on that note. Once again, Lord's will is edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. Lord's will is boost your faith, and it builds you up even more, and let this be encouraging words to the listeners, sincere Akim, ones who are of the hopefully elect, and also as well the few sisters that believe. Once again, Lord's will is edifying, it's fed you to the full. And with that, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone in the world to this day, and also shalom, peace and safety, and salutations to the hopefully elect. Continue to labor in this work, and also labor to show for your diligence to make your calling and election sure, and faith, truth, sincerity, and also in all charity. And with that, I'll say shalom.